What's up, everybody? A little bit of a change of pace here. My dad and I were down back at my house. There's a stream that crosses in here, so we figured we would walk down, make a cup of coffee with our stoves, our pack stoves here, and we'll shoot traditional archery. So we're doing what they call stump shooting. I have a judo tip on. Basically, it's a blunt tip with springs around it to stop it from penetrating too far or going too far off into the woods, so it doesn't bang your arrows up too bad. But that's what we're doing. We're just enjoying this beautiful day. It's maybe 30-ish degrees out. Kind of putting a halt to the ice fishing for the year, I think. There are places you can still fish. I don't trust ice very much. So I am just looking forward to the fly fishing season and everything else. So yeah, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be fun. His dad over there with his stove set up. He's just got some fuel and a little gas stove there. Say hi, Dad. What I have here is that I have this little can stove. I'll show everybody how it works here in a little bit. Basically, it's got just some dry gas, denatured alcohol, if you will. And basically what it does, you put it in the middle and light it, and the fuel will heat up, and as it does, it'll start blowing fire out the sides. So that's what I've got right here. So it makes it a little stove. And then on top of it, I got my canteen cup, which I absolutely love. As you can see, I put some miles on it. This is what goes with it. I think we got that at a Army surplus store. As you can see, the water's already starting to simmer. It's only been on there for a couple minutes. It's just a beautiful day. Alright, everyone, I'm going to show you all what Dad and I like to use when we come out and make coffee like this. It's nothing fancy, but if it helps you out, then it does. So check it out. All we have here is just some Starbucks instant coffee packets. You can buy them at any store, grocery store, Walmart, whatever. And they work really well. They're easy to pack up. It's pretty handy to have these. So if you're ever camping or if you're doing any kind of backpacking trip, bring these with you because they're pretty handy. And you can put as many as you want in it if you like really strong coffee. So that's what we do. As you can see, it's simmering pretty good down there. It's right on the brink of a boil. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my instant coffee now, just to let it cook in there for a little bit. There it is right there. Look at it now. It's starting to boil now, everybody. Cool. Here we go. I'm just going to let that do its thing. So my dad's going to take the time to explain to you his camp setup that he has going on right here.
Alright, so what I got is it's just an aluminum pot with a cover on it and a pour spot. I like to use this on almost all my trips. I have a lot of different types of cookware, but this is the one I just happen to be using now, and it seems to be the one that I like to use the most. But this is just the GSI stainless steel cup. I like it. I don't like the fact that it's stainless steel and it heats up with the coffee and burns your lips, but it does give you the option of, if you wanted to cook, you could just set it on the stove. If you needed to cook it when you're using it. This is a Svea SVEA 123 stove, and it burns Coleman fuel. So what I like to do is just bring a bottle of Coleman fuel with me, and we prime it. The thing is really old. It's a new version of an old stove, and it's old, it's heavy, it's brass, but I think it's really cool. I like it, so that's what I happen to use. And so when I get done, after it cools down, everything will go all together, and it'll fit in this pot, and then the whole pot system goes back in my backpack.
Alright, everybody, to show you my setup, I moved the stove a little bit just so you can see, just before anybody freaks out. All this ground right here it's all frozen. It's a bunch of ice, and so it's wet. It's not going to catch fire. That's the only reason why I'm doing it right here. Normally, I'd find a rock or find a piece of ice during this time of year if I needed to, but honestly, I don't. So this is still kind of hot, so I'm going to move it back here. All right. So there's my stove. So all you do is you take your denatured alcohol or your dry gas, and you just pour it in there. And you don't want to fill it up too far because it'll start coming out the sides. The fuel will. You don't really want that because it'll start going everywhere. Now, thing is, you got to be careful with this stove is that the flame, you can't see it. It burns pretty clear. Unless you're in a dark area, you can see it, but other than that, you can't. So you got to kind of put your hand over it and trust that it's lit. So just so you can see, light it. Okay, so it's lit now. See what I mean? You can't really see any flame, but standing here next to it, I can see heat coming off of it. So eventually what it's going to do is that it's going to heat up. It's going to start drawing heat and flame down through. See those holes at the bottom? There's 3 of them. We'll start drawing them out through there, and eventually this thing will turn into a little cook stove. Not sure if you all can see, but there's flames coming out the side of there, just like a little stove. And then to put it out, I just have this little Tupperware container. I just cover it. And it's out. Everybody's curious about that stove. My dad made that for me. He found the pattern on YouTube somewhere years and years and years ago. I've used that so much. That's got to be, oh geez, coming up on 10 years old now, 11, maybe 9 or 10 years, I think ago he made it for me. So, I mean, if you go to YouTube, type in, I don't know, can stoves, because all it is made out of a few beer cans. So, search it on YouTube, see if you can find it, but it's pretty cool. It's all pop riveted and super light, and I love that thing. Now all we're going to do, enjoy our coffee. Check it out. There's nothing. I say this about a lot of things. There's nothing better. There's nothing better. Honestly, there's nothing better than just being outdoors and enjoying what we do. It's just the way it is. Whether it's hiking, hunting, fishing, it doesn't freaking matter. As long as you're out here doing something fun. Getting some air. Getting some sun. When we get some nice weather and when spring starts coming, we take advantage of it. And we're going to do just that, so. All right, everybody, so to give you an idea of what I'm talking about as far as stump shooting goes, this right here is called a judo tip. As you can see, it's got some little wires right here, and they're springs, per se, and it stops the arrow from penetrating too far. What I have here, these are Hunter Gold tips, 340. These are actually nice carbon arrows. I probably shouldn't be stump shooting with these, but this is all I got. I've just been getting back into traditional archery. I kind of took a break from it for years, but meantime, I bought this used. It's a Fred Bear bow. It's I believe it's a Grizzly. Yeah, Bear Archery. Yep, Grizzly. And it's 55 pound. I think the draw length is 28 inches. Does that sound right? Yeah. And got a dead stump right there. Make sure if you're going to shoot something, it's dead. Not live trees, not animals per se. Unless they're in season, you know you can make an ethical kill shot. Sure. But when you're stump shooting, dead stumps. Now, I'm not going to promise I'm going to hit this thing, but I'm going to try my hardest, okay? So. Just like that. Okay, I'm not sure if you all can see that little stump in between those two trees down there, but my dad's gonna try to hit that with his bow and arrow. He's actually got a really nice bow. He's got a Black Widow, but he seems to think that he can hit it, so let's see if he can. Did you hit it? No, you didn't. I can't believe he just hit that stump. He's saying he thinks it's like 25 yards. I'm going to guess it's closer to 35-ish. And he hasn't picked that bow up in a while. We both kind of gave it up probably 6 or 7 years ago, give or take. So it's just fun to get back into it. But I think that's probably a 30 to 35 yard shot. And I can't believe he just smoked that stump. It's about the size of a rabbit. How far was it? 31? Told ya. Man, can't believe he just did that. Glad I didn't bet anything. I would have lost completely. A little friendly competition. Since he hit it, I've got to try to hit it now. That's a long shot. I haven't taken a shot that far in a long time, so let's see if I can do it here. I think I hit it. I was just to the left of it, right?
I think you sailed it off down.
You think so? I was just to the left of it, just barely missed it. I mean, I kind of count it as a hit, though. I mean, it's kind of in line. See? I take it as a win. Whatever. Just like that, everyone. That's our campsite. All cleaned up, like we were never here. Always remember, leave it the way you came, and it'll always be beautiful. Well, everybody, that's it for today's video. Just Dad and I coming out and enjoying the outdoors. Doing something new that we haven't done for a while. Getting some exercise, some fresh air. Nice way to get a cup of coffee, do some stump shooting. No better way to spend the morning. It's only maybe 11 o'clock in the morning right now. Just beautiful. I think with this stream, I think I'm going to try to fly fish it in the spring. We'll see. I got a little 2-weight, a 6-foot 2-weight that I haven't been able to use yet. And I've fished this stream for years. Nothing big in it, just a little brook trout. But it'll be fun with my 2-weight and be able to show everybody what it's like to fish with a nymph, especially these really small streams. And it's a really short commute for me. So thank you for joining me on this morning and just enjoying it. So everybody, until next time.